Yeah. What's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here on this beautiful money-making Monday here at the Pick Dawgz Morning Show. New week, new goals, new opportunities, ladies and gentlemen. Coming off of a crazy weekend. Mondays is always like the woosah. Oh my God. You know what I mean? Just Saturdays and Sundays, it's like a blur for me. So Mondays is always like back to reality. Small card today. We just got 3 meaningful games today. 2 from Major League Baseball postseason, and we got Monday Night Football. There is a 6-game NBA preseason card. I know a lot of y'all don't care. I do. But there's that out there too. So nice little Monday.
And the NHL officially starts tomorrow, right? Yeah, it's crazy, man. Sorry.
Yes, sir. And I got the hottest man on the planet right now, right here to my right, off a dominating day yesterday. Good morning, Chris. How you doing this morning?
Yeah, doing well. It was a good Sunday. Swept the board in the NFL, including Patriots money line on Sunday night.
I saw that. Sharp.
And the Blue Jays keeping it going. Got a little bit hairy in the later innings, but it was never a doubt. So now trust me, it's not over yet. Unfortunately, the Yankees can do math. Can still got to win one more game. But Trey Savage, buy your stock now, because I tell you, he is going to be their cornerstone for the next decade.
I've been telling Oriole fans about it. 3 the Savage. That's right. That guy is just ridiculous, man.
He was insane.
You got a good one.
And people are like, oh, he's full of himself, saying he's built for this when he had the press conference. No. Guy just knows what he's talking about. And he proved it. He was every bit as good as advertised in that game. But
Yes, sir, man. Money making Monday. Jeremy, how you doing this morning?
Good. I mean, I had a okay weekend. It was more like kissing my sister, but it always feels like when you miss your top play and you miss your top play by a wide margin, because I had the Ravens. Ooh, buddy. Yeah, that dog don't hunt, man. That was just an ugly scene on Sunday. So it doesn't feel good on the weekend when that happens. But I did. I had a pretty good day overall. Got lucky with the Vikings early. I had the Washington and the Saints call. Felt good about those. Missed out on Seattle because they can't stop this Buccaneers team without most of their talent. So it was just an interesting Sunday where a lot of teams played bad, and hats off to Arizona for knocking me out of my survivor pool in the most ridiculous fashion in the history of this sport.
Man. What a weekend it was for me too. I won on Saturday. I won on Sunday. So that was cool. 3-2 on Saturday, 5-2 yesterday. I wanted 7-0 so bad yesterday, though, and I wanted it so fucking bad, and I was close. Cash my play of the day yesterday. I had the Texans.
It's a good call.
Yeah. Stick a fork in the Ravens, man. They're done, cooked, finito. And the Texans are not as bad as people were trying to portray them to be. So it was just one of those spots I felt like where a lot of people were believing in the bounce back spot for the Ravens, the public, the sharp bettors, everyone. And but I mainly felt like they were believing that because they were their Super Bowl team to begin the year, not based on anything they had seen on the field from this team the last couple of weeks. So I took the Texans. They were favored on the road for a good reason. So I had that. My loss yesterday in the NFL, I was 4-1 in the NFL yesterday. My loss was the Cincinnati Bengals. Jake Browning, you're so fucking ass. Zach Taylor, you get on my fucking nerves.
You want a stat of the day candidate?
Let me hear.
Zach Taylor is now 0-16 straight up without a quarterback named Joe Burrow.
He is.
And he is lost by more than the average margin defeat is more than 2 touchdowns per game.
Can I tell you my favorite stat from yesterday in that game was, you know who their leading tackler was all the way up until about the last 2 drives? Jamar Chase, he tackled the guy on all 3 interceptions. He had 3 tackles, 2 touchdowns. He did everything he could, but man, it's just miserable there in Cincinnati.
Yep. So, and then I went 1-1 in baseball, cash with my, and then lost with the Tigers. No, y'all lose the Scooble start. That's the one y'all lose, bro. Y'all had a chance to really take reins of the series coming back home, and y'all lose the Scooble start. Oh, that's nasty. But overall, really good day for me yesterday, man. Overall, really good day, and I'm just trying to keep momentum rolling forward. Winners, losers, let's do it. Let's do it before we get into today's card, man. Chris, you're up first. What we talking about?
Yeah, I'm going to be attacking some low-hanging fruit in the next part of my winners and losers. But for me, winner, the New England Patriots.
Jake, he may be good.
He may be good, but also the fact that, you've got a coach now that thrives in the underdog role, as Mike Vrabel normally does. So the Patriots, I don't think, are ever really going to be out of it. And I think this is going to be the most competitive the AFC East has been in the last few seasons, where, the Patriots are now 3-2. And now listen to the schedule going into their bye week: Saints, Titans, Browns, Falcons, Bucks, Jets, Bengals, Giants. That could easily be 6-2, 7-1 if they keep up. The way
they got next week.
Saints.
Where?
I would guess at home. I'm gonna look. Hold on.
I'm gonna be on the Saints for sure.
No, I get it.
But in terms of winning, they gotta, they could be in a really favorable spot.
They could easily be 9 and 6-2, 7-1 after that stretch. And I think the AFC East is wide open right now. So New England Patriots winner for me.
Fair. I ain't mad at it. Shout out to them boys. Man. No bad words coming to them from me today. Jeremy, winner, loser. How you feeling?
Can I start with a loser?
You can. You can go anywhere you want to go.
I'm feeling good. I mean, there's 3 things in the Arizona game that you have to take a look at. And this isn't even one of them. Did you guys see when Kyler Murray got hurt and taken back in the locker room? It looked like nobody touched him.
To be fair, I didn't watch that game whatsoever.
Okay. Well, I'm about to tell you the craziness that went on in this game, because I have a wholesale issue with coaches and clock management. And Gannon just did one of the dumbest things I think you could do. At the end of that game, it's 3rd and 7, 2 minutes, 12 seconds left. And they have 1 timeout. Speaking of the Titans, they got 1 timeout left. It's a perfect time to throw for the first down, because if you miss it, the clock's going to stop after the next possession anyway. And they run the ball. And then they go, all right, we're just going to let it run down to the 2-minute warning and keep our timeout. How did you not know that was going to happen? Like, you got to be smarter than that, because you pick up a first down, you win the game. Then you got DeMarcado, which I think I would cut him on the spot, man. I get so tired of this. How do football players keep dropping the ball in front of the end zone? Get in the end zone and then dance all you want, do whatever you want, throw it in the stands. You drop the ball on the goal line. And then lastly, you see the craziest interception where my only assumption is the guy wanted to get up and run.
I saw both these last 2 plays. I saw the DeMarcado play and I saw this interception.
oh my God. Like, he picks it off and it's like, all right, you're up 9, you're golden, right? Nope. Let me fumble. That's if you were playing fantasy and you had the Titans defense for whatever reason, if it was DFS or not, you got a defensive touchdown from their offense. That's how ridiculous that was. And they lose the game, and there goes my survivor pool. Some bitch, man. Bitch.
Yeah, I did see that play. That's about as crazy and as nasty as it gets right there. For the Cardinals to lose that game was insane. Like, insane. I'm glad I stayed away from that one, man. I'm so glad I stayed away from that one. For me, no surprise, y'all know where my winner is, man. Y'all know what it is, bro. And if you ain't got it in yet, I don't know what you waiting on, man. Dak fucking Prescott, bro, for MVP. It was the Jets. I get it. It's the Jets. But I've seen the last couple years the person who's won MVP, y'all crown them for beating up on shit teams during the regular season. And I hate how y'all move the goalposts for my guy every time. I hate it, fam. That shit boils my blood. Soon after we blow the Jets out yesterday, you got Michael Strahan on TV. Let's see if they could do it in the playoffs. Shut up. Shut up. Give my man his flowers right now today. Give it to him. It's always something, bro. It's always something with us, bro. It's always something, fam, and I'm tired of it. Give my man his flowers, bro. He's playing better than any quarterback in the NFL right now. Anybody. There's a couple guys playing, really good ball like Baker. Shout out Baker. Shout out Danny Dimes. There's a couple other guys balling their ass off. Stafford playing kind of well. That loss on Thursday was nasty, though. But, bro, what more do you want from the kid, man? What more do you want? Another 4-touchdown day in the office. Mind you, think about all the optics coming out of that too. And ask yourself, what would your team look like in this situation? Missing 4 starting offensive linemen, missing his number 1 wide receiver. What would your team look like? I'm just saying, man, give my guy his flowers, bro. Shout out Dak Prescott, absolutely balling his ass off right now. And if there's anybody that's going to yell it from the mountaintops, if there's anybody who told y'all that this was going to happen this season, it was I. The disrespect coming into this season for him was absolutely disgusting. I seen him in the middle of the pack for MVP. In the quarterback rankings and shit like that. Y'all better stop disrespecting that man. He is a bona fide top 5 quarterback in this league. Where you have him in that 5 is up to you. But right now, there's no quarterback in the NFL playing better than mine. And I'm going to give him his flowers on this Monday morning.
I got him 6 in my top 5.
It's fair.
No kidding. No, but you know what? This is, to your point, it's the one thing I hate. It's like you beat a bad team and, that's what you're supposed to do. But if you lose to that team, you just get murdered for it for the rest of the damn week until you play your next game. I'm not a big Cowboys fan, but I thought they played well. It was kind of weird seeing Justin Fields put up all these great numbers after looking like complete ass for 3 quarters.
Now, it would only be – I just did a winner. It would only be fair for me to do a loser. I just talked about my quarterback for my Cowboys. Oh, my God, nobody's playing better than him. Now let me talk about my loser, my other quarterback. He is God fucking awful. Oh, my God, Quinn Ewers, I'm sorry. I am sorry. Apology to Quinn Ewers. The disrespect you received all of last season, bro, when you saved us from the gutter is disgusting, fam, because Arch Manning don't got it. He don't got it. I'm tired of seeing him hold on to the ball. I'm tired of seeing him miss wide open receivers. I'm tired of it. We just lost to fucking Florida.
As Bitler would say, champ.
Loser, man. Arch Manning. Big loser, bro. Big loser, fam. Granted, first SEC road start, cool. But we need you to do the little things. You're not doing the little things, fam. You got one of the most talented teams around you. We don't need you to be an all-star. We just need you to be serviceable, fam, and you can't even do that. Shit is nasty. So, loser, Texas and Arch Manning. Winner. Shout out my man Quinn, man. I apologize for any and all disrespect that everybody threw your way last year when they were saying, "Put Arch in the game. Quinn's trash." Quinn, you saved us from the gutter. I think people forgot where we were. I think people forgot where we've been over the last couple seasons, fam. I digress. Chris?
When you was about to send Jay an edible arrangement for the kind words. I'm gonna stick with the theme of teams that dropped out of the top 25. Low hanging fruit, loser, Penn State, James Franklin.
That's easy, yeah.
I look. I always have been one to pick on the narrative that James Franklin can't win big games. 4-21 in top 10 matchups in his time at Penn State. Now, I've also been someone who's believed in the cross-country travel since these Pac-12 teams have come into the ACC and the Big Ten. You have teams that, are on the East that have the trouble going west and vice versa. But I thought Penn State, you know what? They just lost a big game last week. James Franklin's going to have them fired up, good to go. I'm going to say it, they get fucking boat raced by a UCLA team that was trash offensively. And I don't want anybody to come at me and say, oh, you were too hard on Nico through the first 3 weeks. No, he was dog shit. He was dog shit, and he was quarterbacking an offense that scored 23 points against UNLV and had scored 14 points or less in the other 3 games this season. And you give up 42 points in that game. You showed no semblance of fight, no semblance of defense. If they don't somehow leave your ass on the tarmac at UCLA, Penn State, what the fuck are you doing? You don't care about your program at all if this guy stays on as head coach. So Penn State, good. Your asses got dropped from the rankings for good reason. You went from the penthouse at 7 to the outhouse. Out of the rankings completely, and good. So Penn State, loser.
Question for you before we move on. Do you think it's Franklin? Do you think it's Penn State as a whole? Do you honestly think somebody else would come in there and change it? Do you ever think of Penn State as a top 5, top 2, top 3 team? Or do you think this is just who they are? Because that's kind of what I think. I think if you get rid of Franklin, you're just starting it all over. You know what I mean? You're going to bring in another guy, and he's going to be the same. I don't think of Penn State personally as a dominant college football powerhouse. Do they have good teams more often than not? Yes. But I kind of got them in the same boat as like Texas A&M, where it's like you may catch lightning in a bottle, but the minute you start to think that they're taking that next step is when you lost the plot.
Penn State for me is the team is always a bridesmaid, never the bride. And I get it. But it's like Texas A&M, yeah. But as far as I'm concerned, we will never know as long as they keep James Franklin there.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
So it's like you want to keep James Franklin there, cool. Have fun not winning the big game. Have fun not beating Oregon. Have fun not beating Ohio State. Have fun not even fucking beating Michigan. It's unfathomable to me that Penn State accepts mediocrity, and mediocre is being generous at head coach. So Penn State, loser.
Yeah, I will not give A&M no credit. I will not until they do something.
Yeah, man, that was one of my picks this weekend, and you were trashing them,
man. Cause they had a big game this week at home, riding. But the only person I've ever seen them take them to the promised land was in Tuscaloosa in a Pavia jersey. Like, bro, I don't believe in them. I don't believe in them unless Johnny walking back through the door. So, good game this week, though. Good game. We'll see how far they go, though. We'll see. Jeremy, how you feeling?
Yeah, I want to piggyback off of what you guys were talking about, because the number 1 and number 2 preseason AP rankings with Penn State and Texas, neither one of them ranked. First time that's happened in a long time, maybe even forever. So, for a winner here, I got to go back to Indiana and Indianapolis. I was going to say Indiana Jones. At first, when that picture came across with Dak for MVP, I thought it was Jones because I'm blind without my glasses. And then I put it on and said, they don't even look alike. What are you talking about? But he continues to look great. Jonathan Taylor turned back the clock, 2 years, looking great. Michael Pittman, physical as hell. Tyler Warren. What were the Bears doing drafting Loveland when you had Warren sitting there and all he did was dominate in college? And I'm not saying Loveland won't be a good player, but he's showing out. I think Indy's for real. And it's weird. I think the AFC North, which we thought would be the best division here in Baltimore, looks more like the AFC South, and I think the AFC South looks more like the AFC North. We're going to have one bad team kind of usually get out of the AFC South, and now Jacksonville's 3-1 going into tonight. I know Tennessee stinks. Houston's getting it back on track. So we'll see, but I think the Indianapolis Colts deserve a little hat tip for how they've played. Really, really good.
Just to piggyback off that, man, shout out to the Colts. Shout out to them boys. I told y'all at the beginning of the season, this was my Vikings from last year. This was my Vikings from last year, a team that was going to take a jump that many people just didn't foresee coming. That roster is as good as this can be. I told y'all Danny Dom's going to have a Sam Darnold-style season. Crazy to say. Now saying it 5 weeks into the season, it doesn't sound that crazy. But that's why I love doing this job, man, because we can go back and find those clips from before the season of me saying these exact words. So shout out to the Colts, my swag team in the NFL this year, other than my Cowboys, of course. The past couple seasons, my swag team has been the Bengals. They're cooked to me. So my swag team this year, I did take the Colts. It's kind of like the Blue Jays for me. Hype me up. Let's see. Where do I want to go? There's a lot of places to go. Loser, Yankees. Max Fried on the mound, man. Y'all needed that. Y'all needed that. You know, y'all been yapping all season. Y'all better than the Blue Jays. And we blink, y'all down 2-0. One game away from bye-bye, going home, adios, amigos. I told y'all all weekend, bro. Like, I get the Yankees and the stars they have in that lineup. I understand. But you telling me you trust the Yankees bats more so than the Toronto bats in Toronto? If you said that, you were foolish and you lacked vision. You just didn't do your homework correctly, because the Toronto Blue Jays at home have been historically good offensively. Historically. Like, they were one of the best, if not the best offensive team at home this year. So that was a wash. And then the way you tack on the home field advantage, man, the Blue Jays, they rolling right now. They're my World Series pick. My ALCS was looking beautiful up until the Tigers pooped this shit last night. Now I'm a little nervous. But shout out to the Blue Jays, man. Fuck the Yankees. I can't wait till y'all season comes to an end. Overrated, overvalued, like I've been saying all season. And it's finally funny to get the last laugh. So. Loser, New York Yankees.
Loser, Aaron Boone. For no other reason than he's just a loser.
I agree.
And for people who would rather have Trent Grisham over Dalton Varsho. You know, the Jays and the Yankees. Yankees 6 for 44 in the series. Vladimir Guerrero 6 for 7.
Big 7. Yeah, I had to, bro. I had to.
Okay, well, just from a betting perspective, loser, underdogs in the final minute.
Oh,
Vanderbilt, TCU, or Colorado.
Oh yeah, both of those were nasty.
Yeah, I had Vanderbilt as my play of the day, plus 12.5.
That's nasty.
I'm sitting there going, they just got to run out the clock, and then the commentators are like, yeah, let's put the offense on 4th down, just get the first down and run it out. And then I see Jam Miller break through, and I'm like, you asshole, you piece of garbage. And then he just ran to the end zone. I was like, Reed was right. I think the Reed was right, and you know, they kept it competitive with Bama, but
oh yeah, I think it was right read too. I'm not mad at you.
You just can't fault Jam Miller for being an asshole. So
they got a tackle. The game not over till it hit zeros, but still,
yeah, I know
they played him tough. I had a money line, so I was dead.
So yeah, that's one of my losers for the weekend for sure.
Jeremy, got anything else?
Yeah, 2 quick winners and losers. You can look at the Eagles game whichever way you want, call the Broncos a winner, the Eagles a loser. I've been sitting here saying that something seems off with that team, and they keep winning, finding ways to win. I didn't realize they coughed up that game until later in the day, because I think I was into another game, and I started scrolling, and I'm like, wait a minute, we don't have any undefeated teams in the NFL anymore? That's crazy. Well, we didn't have that until after the Bills lost. But Going back to college, we had the rule of thumb: ranked team on the road at an unranked team, and they're an underdog. Cincinnati handled business and looked great against Iowa State. Man, Louisville, they lose in overtime, and they threw. Did it go to overtime? Yeah, they lost in overtime. They had 2 defensive touchdowns against them and lost in overtime. And you're going, what are you guys doing? They're not doing anything. You keep giving them all these great field position, or just give them points. And Louisville blew that. Hats off to Virginia for getting it done and finding a way. But in college, we were 1-1 in that little system. If you like playing that.
I got a winner and a loser.
I don't know if I said this. I'm sorry. Just quickly, the Eagles have now been outgained in all 5 of their games this season.
Jeez. Unreal.
Yeah.
As good as that roster is, what's holding them back? What's holding them back? I want to see y'all say it in the comments. What's holding that fucking team back? That trash ass quarterback. That trash ass quarterback.
As a joke, I was going to say Jalen Hurts. I didn't know that's actually where you were.
No, it's him. He's the problem. He's trash. I've been waiting for him to lose to get it off my chest. I got to realize I've been getting so much Philly love all year that like I had to finally let something loose, man. Ooh, I was so happy to see them lose yesterday. Blooded. Yeah, it hurts, man. It's his fault, bro. It's him. It's him. It's a good morning for me, man, because a lot of shit that I've been saying, y'all got to see it. You know what I mean? Another one. Loser. That goddamn social media quarterback of y'all's. That social media quarterback over there in goddamn LA. Him. What happened yesterday? What happened? Bounce back spot. One of the best teams in the league. What happened? Trash ass Herbert. Trash ass Chargers. They're still the same Chargers they've been the last 10 years. I don't care if it's Staley. I don't care if it's Harbaugh. I don't care. Overrated, overvalued. Yeah, that's what y'all want to say about my team. A team that's been won, 12 games in the last 4 to 5 seasons? That's what y'all want to say about my team. Then y'all want to bring up the playoffs. But then when y'all get to Herbert, y'all don't bring that shit up. Y'all don't bring it up. How many playoff wins Herbert got? Goose 0. But y'all want to move the goalposts, bro. No, I came to apply pressure to y'all today. Social media as quarterback in Justin Herbert. Got whooped at home. 10 points? 10? I just saw Michael Penix dice that defense up. 6 games into his career, I saw him dice up that Commanders defense. Now, Mr. Herbert, top 5. Oh, Herbert, top 5. 10 points? 10? Oh, the running game of the Chargers. Oh, the scheme. 10? At home? Fuck out of here. So that's one. And then the other, shout out Baker. Shout out Baker. I gotta give Baker some more love. He is a dog. That is a goddamn dog, bro. Same thing, fam. Entire team beat up. Entire team beat the hell up. You go on the road to the 12th man and pull out a dub? I told y'all yesterday how that game was going to play out. Just the same way every Buccaneers game seems to play out. Right down to the wire. The Bucs got the ball driving for the win, and they somehow pull it out. I don't know. It's Baker. That's what I know. He's a dog. I love dogs. I love seeing great football be played. I love the comeback stories. Stories like Baker, stories like that. Guys that a lot of people overlook. Don't necessarily have all the tools that everybody else has, but they find ways to get it done. No excuses. Get it done. Shout out Baker Mayfield. That's how you play quarterback. The way he went and played yesterday. And shout out Jaden Daniels. Way to come back and play well yesterday. Shout out Jaden Daniels. So some good football was played yesterday. It wasn't the greatest slate overall. But there was some good football that was played yesterday. So love to see that. Shout out Drake May too. Shout out him. Shout out Jared Goff too.
Last one, a winner, anyone that saw Rob Gronkowski try to pronounce Mecca Ibuka.
Oh my God.
I didn't see that.
Oh, Hold on.
Shout out who that. Shout out who that. I'll give y'all some love. Shout out who that. Shout out Spencer Rattler. Shout out Rattler. You got your first one, my boy. Shout out to you. You're no longer over. Shout out Rattler. No hate from me today. Shout out to you. I still kind of like the swag Giants, though. I like Dart. I do. I can't lie. I like Dart. I wasn't the biggest Dart fan at Ole Miss. Coming into the draft, I'll be honest, my glasses was blurred by Shador. So, I'll just be honest. But I like Dart. Shout out Dart. His number one receiver went down, though. For a rookie to have that happen, that's tough. You still should probably go beat the Saints, but Scatterboo with that fumble, that wasn't, so New Orleans tough place to play. Anyways, Chris, what were you saying?
I sent it to you.
Oh, okay. Let me look.
Gronk is just a meathead, man.
Without his number one wide receiver, Mike Evans. And you got to give credit to this rookie sensation wide receiver out of Ohio State. Mika and Big Boo.
Beep, bop, boop, beep.
I will say the Fox broadcast, they're missing my man Jimmy bad. Oh, I wish Jimmy was still on there, man. I love
He's out there putting those extends to work.
Miss Jimmy up there, man. But nah, it was a fun weekend. I love Mondays, just to recap and just to kind of talk about everything that happened. There's probably some stuff that slipped through the cracks that we'll talk about, as the show goes on throughout the week. Did the AP poll come out? I didn't even see it.
Yeah.
Tell me the rankings.
Just gotta bring it back up here. So you got. Come on. This is the day my shit wants to run slow. Start playing the Jeopardy song any minute now.
Ohio State.
Ohio State. Miami 2.
Oregon 3.
Oregon 3.
Ole Miss 4.
Ole Miss 4. Oh, you got it, Dan.
5.
Who's number 5? I missed it. I couldn't hear it.
It's all good. A&M 5, Oklahoma 6, Indiana 7, Bama 8, Tech 9, Georgia 10, LSU 11, Tennessee 12, Georgia Tech 13. Okay, GT. Mizzou 14, Michigan 15, Notre Dame 16. Get them out of here. Illinois, get them out of here. BYU, shout out Virginia. Okay, they kept Vandy in there after the loss. Respect. ASU, Iowa State, Memphis. They put my South Florida boys back in there. Thank you. And Florida State stayed in there. Okay. I ain't mad at it. The only one I'm mad at is 5, but I get it. They're not a top 5 team, bro. They're not. And they got the weakest fucking schedule imaginable. But we're going to knock them off. I ain't worried. We're going to knock them off. I'm ready for this weekend. I know it's this weekend. We're at River, baby. Perfect bounce back, right? Perfect.
Always fun.
Perfect bounce back. Yep. I'm gonna be honest. I could probably get the graphics. Let me see if I can get them right. Let's see. It's Monday.
I ever tell you my story when I threw up in front of Gronk at the Super Bowl?
No.
I tied one on in New Orleans when the Ravens played the 49ers. And my first night there, I did the rookie thing where if you've ever been to New Orleans, it's try the hand grenades, try the hurricanes, try a little bit of this. Hey, how about second dinner at 1 a.m? Why not have some, some blackened Alfredo with shrimp and all this other stuff? And God, I threw up all night and then I had to go to work the next morning. I couldn't call out. I had to go get guests for one of our shows. They started cooking like crawfish etouffee, and I smelled it. I smelled that Cajun seasoning, and it turned my stomach. And I went from a walk to a full-on sprint. The only thing I had that morning was one of the new red Gatorades. And by the time I got to the bathroom, I projectile vomited into the sink, just red flowing from my mouth as Gronk was coming out of the toilet stall. And he dropped a, "Whoa, dude, awesome." And it just leaves as I'm throwing up, you know. But if you were going to throw up in front of somebody, that's the guy to do it.
I feel like I hear him say that exactly.
He was laughing. I'm drooling like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Looking like an idiot.
I'm sorry, Mr. Gronk.
Sorry, bebop boop boop. Whatever he said his name was.
That's the ultimate hype man for a throw up, man. I guess.
Yeah. And I think, you know what's funny? Later that night, he was in Baton Rouge with his shirt off at a college bar, spinning it around his head, getting drunk with some co-eds. So he's a partier.
Yeah, that sounds like Gronk.
Yeah, that sounds like him, man. Sound like him. I'm no longer a hater of the Dallas Mavericks. You know, I turned into an outright hater after it happened. I'm no longer a hater, but my fandom is now with the Los Angeles Lakers. So, just in case you're wondering, who got that blew out last night? All right, fellas, let's do it. Let's talk about some of today's action, man. Let's do some baseball. We got the Brewers and the Cubs. On the mound today, we have this other one's actually first. Sorry. Dodgers, Phillies is first. In this game, we have Blake Snell on the mound for the Dodgers. On the other side, we have knock knock.
Who there?
Jesus
who?
Jesus Luzardo's about to kick the fucking crap out of the Dodgers today. I just hope you know it. Chris, how you feeling?
I'm taking another over here. A 7.5 total, given what we saw in the games yesterday. You know, pregame feels like a Coors Field total right now. But I think it's justified. You know, you had two teams that were in the top 6 in baseball in the month of September down the stretch against left-handed pitching. Snell, his limited road action, he had an ERA well over 4, and he had a 298 opponent's batting average on the road. So I think the Phillies can get to him for a few runs. I think the Dodgers will be able to get to Luzardo for a few. Luzardo showed an ERA over 4 at home this season. While he went 7+ innings in his final 3 starts, 2 of those he still gave up 4 runs. So you can still pitch somewhat well and go deep in this game, but still give up 3-4 runs here. I think that the over 7.5 is in play, especially once you get the bullpens involved.
There you go. From the franchise, Chris Ruffalo. Jeremy, how you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling good about this one. I got to play on the side, but as far as the total goes, I kind of agree with Chris. I mean, Blake Snell just had an amazing outing against this Phillies team not that long ago with, I think, 12 Ks or something like that. But Mr. 5 innings, as I know him, he does get the propensity to walk guys. I think you'd have to like the fact you got a lefty going up against Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber at the top. But the Phillies are more than that, even though those guys are the engine. I took a nerfy in this game, but I do kind of like the over, and the weather supports that as well. And just to let you guys know, tomorrow I'm not going to be on the show. Wind's blowing out at both stadiums. Yankee Stadium, it's over 10 miles an hour. With the Tigers, same thing. So that's a huge bump to bats in those 2 games.
From Jeremy here in this one, I'm on the Phillies. I'm taking them straight up on the money line. It's more a spot play than anything. You know, they cannot afford to go down 0-2 heading to the Dodger Stadium or it's over. So season on the line today. Season on the line. I'm getting plus money. And my guy on the mound, sign me up. One thing I've been doing a lot this season is fading the Dodgers out on the road. So the Dodgers are the more talented team. They're the Monstars. I told y'all that all season. I get it. You really haven't heard me hate on the Dodgers outside of attacking value. And that's all I'm doing today is attacking value with a comparable Phillies team, back up against the wall, season on the line, and we're getting plus money. That's why I like the Phillies today. And my guy, Jesus, on the mound. So I get Snell on the other side, Snellzilla. I know this Dodgers lineup is scary, but you know they finna be acting an ass today in Philadelphia. Like, they fans finna be turned up. Another one. The Eagles lost yesterday too. So yeah. Eagles and Phillies lost yesterday. Oh, they finna be on one today. Or 2 days ago. They finna be on one. And I think their antics and everything, the crowd, the atmosphere, I think it kind of gets to the Dodgers a bit. I think the Phillies at plus money is definitely where I want to be in this one tonight. So that's my thoughts there. Brewers, Cubs. This is Imanaka versus Ashby for the Brewers. Jeremy, you got any thoughts here, my man?
Yeah, I mean, Ashby's pitched well, but it sounds like he's just going to be an opener, right? And we don't know who's going to follow him. Is it a Quinn Priester? Is it a Quintana? Are they doing something else? Are they just going to go full on bullpen game? Because we're used to seeing Chicago do this now with Shota, where they have an opener and then they bring Shota out. And we also have to wait and see what it looks like without Jackson Chourio in that lineup, because I can't imagine he's going to be in there with the hamstring injury he had. I think we get a lower scoring game in this one. I think Shota actually pitches well, even though he doesn't normally pitch well on the road. You're taking out one of the best bats at the top of that lineup. I think he can work with some of the lefties in there and try to eliminate the speed on the base pass since he is left-handed. But that being said, I took a Nerfy in this one as well. I like that. But I would lean Cubs just because I do feel like they bounce back and their bullpen's rested after a day off.
It looks like it would either be Priester or a combination of Chad Patrick and Robert Gasser.
Yeah.
Of the two games today, this was my least favorite, but I'm gonna lean towards the Cubs. I like both the plus money today. I've been wrong on the Brewers all season, so you know. Am I really just trying to continue to sign myself up and be wrong? I don't know. I don't think so. So I trust honestly, I feel like I trust the Cubs more. I trust Imanaga more than what the Brewers are going to put out there. I trust the defense of the middle infield of the Cubs. Batting wise, yeah, it's probably Brewers, but I don't think it's as big as you would think, man.
Jason.
I lean Cubs. I'm scared though. I'll be honest. Chris?
I'm going to take the Cubs here. Actually, no, wait, no, what am I doing? Brewers.
You love the Brewers. Chris loved the Brewers. He been on.
I got caught up for a second. I was like, wait, what?
You was really gonna throw me a curveball. I was like, huh?
Yeah. I'm gonna take the Brewers here. I don't see any reason to deviate from it. I love the Brewers, but I just have to, call a spade a spade. They've been playing well. The Cubs just fizzled out in game one. Maybe they hit the reset button and got their minds right. But until I see them, take somebody down. Granted, this is probably their best spot to do it, but I'm still gonna roll with the Brewers here.
Manage. We have one game left today. Monday Night Football. We got the Kansas City Chiefs out on the road facing the Jacksonville Jaguars. Chiefs laying 3.5, total 46. I'm up first here in this one. All week I was loving the Chiefs. As I sit here right now, I'm actually leaning Jags. Sounds crazy, right? I don't know. The reason I'm leaning Jags is this is their Super Bowl. They win this game today, they will be catapulted into the media in a way the Jags haven't been in quite some time. They'll be 4-1 coming off of beating the Chiefs. Like, sounds crazy, but the Jags been playing well, man. And the Chiefs, They've now righted the ship back to 2-2. I still believe in the Chiefs full season. As I sit here right now, I haven't put any money on this game as of right now. I don't have a premium on this game. I'm leaning towards them Jags, y'all. All I can do is come in here and tell y'all my thoughts and my opinions. And when I love it, I kind of hold it from y'all and I put it as a premium. When I don't, I just tell y'all here on the show my thoughts. And my thoughts sitting here right now is I'm leaning towards the Jags. It's just a huge spot for these boys today. And they're playing better than I think the general masses would think. Like, I know 70% of y'all are not sitting down watching Jacksonville Jaguars football. I know that. I know that for a fact. So tonight is going to be y'all's first, or most people's first time watching the Jags. You know, and the Chiefs are kind of back on track. That everybody watched them beat the hell out the Ravens last week. Here's the biggest question marks for the Jags today. Will the receivers catch the ball? They've had a really big problem with drops this year. And can they limit turnovers? Such a huge game for them, man. I'm leaning towards the Jags. And I like that I'm getting over a field goal as of right now. I like that I'm getting over a field goal. I'm going to take the Jags for the show purpose. I'm going to take the Jags. I'm going to take them. Write me down. Jay said take the Jags. Chris?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the under here. I think 46 is a touch too high. I could easily see 24-20, whichever way this game ends up going. But yeah, I think that the Chiefs are going to get a little bit of a shock to the system here after playing it now having to play a healthy defense. They hung 37 on the Ravens last week, but our Ravens seems missing 7 defensive starters, and now they play a Jags defense that's been more than competitive early on this season. And even in the one game they lost, the Jags still put up 3 interceptions against Jake Browning. So I think they can at least do some damage here. I also think the Jags are going to have some issues with this Chiefs defense, which statistically through the first 4 games has been the better defense this season. So to me, 24-20 sounds about right. Give me the under.
How you feeling, Jeremy?
Yeah, I like this game a lot. I got a premium on the total, but I've been saying on my podcast and anybody listening to me, I think the Jags are a live dog, just like you do. The 3.5 seems like it's too much. I felt like this was a field goal game either way. I like Trevor Lawrence over his yardage, which I think is 216.5 now. It started off at 211. I think he goes over that number. I also think that, I like ATN under rushing yards. One thing I will bring up is if you guys saw the news, flying down there, Xavier Worthy's ankle swelled up. They don't know if he's going to play, but if he plays, I would hammer all of his unders. It's one thing to get shot up because this hurts, that hurts. It's your ankle, and it's going to screw up his mobility. And if he comes out the game, you win that already. All you need him is to start. So I'd pay attention to what he's going to do because I think his unders look good regardless. If he played and he was fine with this, I would definitely hammer him. But yeah, I'm going to be on Jacksonville in this spot.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's all. That's all. We covered all the main games. I guess I'll spend a second kind of talking some NBA because I know y'all kind of want to know. I'm still really early. A lot of these teams haven't played at all yet. So, take all of this with a grain of salt. What we're gonna do to the books this season during the NBA is gonna be generational. So there's no reason for us to throw away shit on shit we have no inklings about early. I'm just watching these games to do my homework. You know what I mean? And to make sure I do my homework, I put a couple dollars on these games just to keep my interest up. Okay? Preference is the right way. For all of you out there. Now, with that being said, I kind of lean towards the Heat tonight against the Bucks. super banged up in this one tonight, but they have the advantage of already having one game underneath their belt. And I kind of think that matters slightly. I'm interested to see, and a lot of these injury reports are not out yet, bro. So this is degenerate gambling 101. I don't want y'all to take anything seriously from this. I just don't want y'all to be blindly betting. So I'm trying to give you some information. This line right now is Miami 3.5 for a reason. I'm leaning towards the Heat. That's probably one of my least favorite. The one I think I like the most tonight, honestly, is the Mavs. I hate to say it. Y'all know I haven't really put any money on the Mavs since the trade, bro. So tonight is going to be kind of funny. I'm putting like $20 on it just so I can, I want to see. It looks like Cooper Flag will play tonight. This game is in Dickies Arena. This game is in Fort Worth. It's not in Dallas. It's in Fort Worth. They're just kind of trying to test the market out there, I guess. I don't for y'all that don't know, Dallas and Fort Worth are like really close. They're like separated by like 35 minutes. It's right down 30. It's a straight shot. Two really big cities, though. You would be surprised how big Fort Worth is. Fort Worth is like one of the biggest cities that don't get no love. It's hilarious.
Where does the number 5 team in the country play? The College Station. Where is that technically? Is that in Fort Worth?
No, College Station is literally like in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
We had this conversation the other day. I don't remember if it was on the show or not. I'm like, I don't know anything about Texas. So you could tell me something was where it was. I didn't know.
Nah, yeah. College Station is like the middle of nowhere. TCU is in Fort Worth. Yeah. Anyway, I'm leaning towards the Mavs. I don't like that it's over a bucket. I don't like that it's over 3.5. I wish it was 2.5. I wish it was 3. Even in preseason, fading the Thunder is not fun. Yeah, I know we don't do that often. Thunder buddies for life. And it looks like we're going to be right back to that this season. I like how they played the other night. It's more so a spot play for me. The Mavs need this. They need to start off this season with some good publicity, some good all that. You get what I mean? Just coming off of all the shit they dealt with last year. Clean slate for them. They get to debut their new toy. I think the night ends fairly well for them. I'm leaning towards the Mavs. I have a couple of dollars, or not yet, but I will here momentarily. I'm really waiting to see if the line gets under 3.5. It looks like it might go the other way. So just my thoughts for any of you wanting to bet any NBA preseason tonight. If I were to bet anything, it would be Dallas. So that's really it for me, unless you guys got anything else.
Nope.
Tonight's the night. We're back, baby. The first edition of the wraparound back tonight, baby. Can't wait. How many games we got tomorrow?
3.
Ooh.
Chicago, Florida, Pittsburgh and the Rangers, and the Kings and the Avs.
That's crazy. I got to start putting the NHL back in the titles. I got to start making NHL graphics. Insane.
Did you watch the preseason game between, who was it, Florida and Tampa? They had like 112 penalty minutes in the game.
Yeah, they don't. They're just gonna beat the fuck out of each other.
It was insane, man. I've never seen anything like that.
Just wait until you see the line brawl. That's all you gotta do.
Make sure y'all check out that wraparound tonight, man. If the wraparound don't have 10K tomorrow, y'all failed him. That's the bar. It's 10K tomorrow show. But you're gonna do it.
We gotta bet NHL lightly this first couple weeks, get a sample. But
that's fair.
I'm gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see what some of these teams are out of the gate.
Just be on the lookout for that, ladies and gentlemen. And that's it. That's all, man. Chris, what you got today over at PickDawgz Premium, buddy?
Yeah, for me today, just my NFL play of the day from from the matchup between the Chiefs and the Jags, coming off a great Sunday from the NFL, 5-0. So I'm just trying to finish the week in style and gonna hop on a long-term pass, pair me up with Jeremy, Jay, or pair all three of us up. But let's make you some money over at PickDawgz Premium. Make sure you check that out.
I'm Chris, man. 5-0 yesterday. I believe you're number 124 and 7.
And 7, yeah.
And the NHL start tomorrow.
Forgot about that.
Y'all better get that weekly from Chris right now. Like, it's the time, bro. It's the time. He heating up, man. Come on, man. Y'all better load my boy up, man. Y'all better load him up. He finna do some real damage. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. Jeremy, what you got going on today, my man?
Yeah, I got a triple play. I have a play on each game, the 2 baseball games, and of course the Monday Night Football. With Monday Night Football, I gave out 3 free props with my play. I did this yesterday with the Yankee game and went 4-0. So there's a couple of good props. At least I think they're good in there. And with baseball, I'm still hitting 65% in the NFL. In baseball playoffs, I'm hitting 75% and plan on continuing that. I'm seeing the board well. So I think tonight's triple play is a good buy if you want to get that. But again, you can pair me up with any one of these guys. And I think there's a lot of great cappers over there. So definitely check out Pick Dawgz.
I'm with Jeremy, man. His numbers speak for themselves, like he said. Look for yourself, man. My man killing the books right now. Continue to do that with Jeremy. And, myself. I got to give myself some credit. I'm seeing the board all right, man. 5-2 day yesterday, 4-1 in the NFL. 3-2 on Saturday. It's a solid weekend. Just trying to keep momentum rolling forward. For me, we're counting down the days, though, man. We're about 2 weeks out. 2 weeks out, man, from when I go out the stratosphere. So it's been a long summer for me. I won't lie. Baseball is not my strong suit. College football is not my strong suit. NFL is my strong suit. It's my second best. But basketball is what pay my bills, man. Basketball is what allows me to live the life I live. Allows me to get on here and yap to y'all every damn day. I'm 2 weeks out. So up on something long term, man. I'm starting to heat up right at the right time, too. So can't wait. Pair me up with the hottest man on the planet right now, Chris Ruffalo, with his season on the horizon as well. And pair me up with Jeremy, who's seeing the board extremely well, or anybody else on the site. And let's do it, gentlemen. Parlay time. Parlay. Oh, tonight, I just yapped about. Tonight, I got one play. I didn't even say what I got tonight. Tonight, I got one play. I got my Monday night best bet. My favorite play on the board. So you could scoop it up, $25, Pick Dawgz Premium. I might add another one. I might add it. I might not. One for sure, maybe 2. We'll see in about the next 20, 30 minutes. It's parlay time. Chris, how we feeling?
Yeah, there's not a whole lot to parlay tonight, I'll tell you. Let's go with the home run parlay. Let me pull something up here. Let's go with sorry, I'm just trying to get my numbers back here. Kyle Schwarber home run and Freddie Freeman home run. And if you want to pair that up with a future Florida Panthers to miss the playoffs. I'm in mid-season Leaf fan form. The best. Panthers ain't doing nothing without Kachuk and Barkov. Trash.
Yeah, I threw together a little 3-team parlay with props, 7-1 payout roughly. I went with both Nerfies in the 2 baseball games, and I went with a Brian Thomas Jr. anytime touchdown. So that pays out, like I said, almost 7-1.
Fair enough. I will go with, give me Cubs money line, Mavs money line. Simple. Cubs money line, Mavs money line. Yeah, that's what I want to do. A little 2-teamer. Scratch everything I said about laying the points of the match. Just take a money line and pair it with your other favorite play today. Just do that. No, just do that. Just do that. I feel more comfortable doing that. Take a money line. But pair it up with something so you're not paying that juice. You feel me? That'd be kind of my preseason basketball. Day one. Today's like really like day one, really. Like we're just getting started. So fellas, man, we appreciate each and every one of y'all and ladies out there that continue to tune in and watch this show. Smash the like button for us. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And we'll be back same time, same programming tomorrow. NHL back tomorrow. We got what? Yankees, Blue Jays tomorrow, and Tigers, Mariners.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Flaherty and Gilbert and Rodon and Bieber.
Okay, baby Bieber. Is that all we got tomorrow? Is the WNBA back tomorrow?
Just that in the NHL, I think, right?
WNBA back, not back till Wednesday. So yeah, just NHL and baseball tomorrow. Hold on, bro. We can't get out of here without hearing it, bro.
Let's do the hockey.
We can't, bro. Hold on. What it is I need to upload it into the new.
Yeah, we do.
Into the new.
I just don't know where it is. I think I have it on my computer somewhere.
It's been a couple months, man. I'm rusty. There it is.
That reminds me, I gotta reach out and send the cease and desist letter to Heineken. You're using my song,
Man.
They actually were using that song in a Heineken 0.0 commercial with Max Verstappen.
After Ruffalo had been using it for
I've been using it for weeks, months,
probably like 2 seasons, really, or at least 1 season. I feel like it's the 3rd season of it.
This is year 3 of the wraparound. I am excited.
Appreciate y'all more than y'all know. Jeremy, Chris, any final words before we get out of here for the day?
No, a lot of good games. The wind tomorrow. Play the wind. The wind's blowing out.
We'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Make it a winning day. We out here.